travel call on Opolchensky. See what Shu and the Saxons can do back the other way. Dane, our first game in this gym between winners today. Other games were all in the consolation bracket. This one inside Opolchensky. No finish, but a foul will be called on Chris Hodges.
You know, I'm excited about this game because both these teams, like you just said, they won yesterday, and they both moved on. And the way this game's going now, I have a great feeling it's going to come down to the end.
And that's something we haven't seen a whole lot of today. We haven't seen a lot of games go really down to the wire in this gym. Yes. Opolchensky hits the first. Opolchensky will hit that one. And back the other way come the Saxons. Patterson at the top. Off the Shu. Shu looking down low, but gives instead to Storino. Storino inside to Hodges. Back out to Storino. Oh, good ball movement from the Saxons. Unable to finish, but rebounded by Opolchensky. Back the other way come the Giants. I'll tell you what, this foul Opolchensky, number 33 in blue, does showcase some height as well. And we talked about how much height opens things up, as there'll be a block called on the Saxons. But Dane, you were talking about how height, as I said, opens things up. What do you do when, you know, obviously Schaumburg was struggling with Hodges yesterday. Still managed to pull off the win.
Right.
But what does height allow you to do in a situation like that?
On offense or defense?
On offense.
So on offense, it opens the floor up, and if you can't get anything to go on the interior, you kick it out and you allow other players to hit the three ball. That worked a lot yesterday, as we saw. But if you could get what's working on the inside, and it's not as heavily guarded, it allows you for the easy two, like a player like Chris Hodges.
Saxons go back to work down near the baseline. Luis Patterson out to Storino. A.J. Prowl, dribble drive. Oh, no good, but a foul. And that foul will be on number 33, Val Opolchensky. So A.J. Prowl will be shooting 2.
He had a good game yesterday, didn't he?
He did. A.J. Prowl came in off the bench and played a key role in the Saxons win that one. No good. And in this gym, prior to this tip-off, we had Montini and Nazareth. Montini advancing in the consolation bracket as A.J. Prowl hits his second shot, 7-5. Score. A travel call before the shot.
It was a good call.
This is Jackson Bond. He also was a pretty big factor in the win yesterday. corners has caused trouble for numerous teams today. A.J. Prowl to Bond. Bond, three-pointer on the way. Is off the mark, no good. Rebound by Prowl, straight back up. Nothing. Again, fighting for it. Got that one to go.
And that's something Schaumburg's been doing yesterday and today, able to get their offensive rebounds and allow for a second opportunity. Let's put the score at 7-7.
These teams going pound for pound early.
And it's getting awfully physical, isn't it?
It is. It's a fight down low that you're going to pay attention to all day between Chris Hodges and Val Opachenski. That drive up, no good. Zach Fagenholz couldn't get to go. This is Arnav Karnik to Patterson, who had the hot hand yesterday inside of Hodges. Hodges looking outside of Karnik. Karnik skip pass to Bond. Bond out to Patterson. Patterson back to Bond. Bond three. No good. Rebound by Hodges. There will be a hold.
Oh, that's...
Number 12, Ben Schaumburg.
And I can't tell if that's a smart call, which it is, or not a smart call, a smart play, smart foul. But it's also unfortunate for Schaumburg because Hodges could have had that easy point there.
And coming out of the ball game now will be Chris Hodges.
And we saw before the play, Hodges had the ball and was double covered. He was able to kick it out and allow for good ball movement around.
Karnik hits the three.
Good ball movement around the outer three-point line.
It's Arnav Karnik on the three ball. 20 seconds to go in the first quarter. Dribble drive, outside. Half three-pointer, good. That was Zach Fagenholz for three. With 5, skip pass, Karnik. No good. This one thrown up by Eric Wong, by Billy Rudman. And that will end the first quarter. 10-10 the score. Well, Dane, what do you like so far?
I like the back and forth play, the punch after punch. And I like how both teams, they're staying under control, but they both have a sense of urgency to score.
Yeah, and it's something where, Schaumburg is, we talked about how much Chris Hodges opens things up. Hodges, I believe, only had 6 points yesterday, and, today, already you can see the effect he has with 4. He's almost there, already almost at his total. We're only a quarter into this thing, but very, very impressed with how Val Opachenski, number 33 of Highland Park, has matched up with Hodges so far.
Right, I wasn't expecting that at all. I mean, we didn't see Highland Park yesterday, but I was surprised.
Both teams are pretty good. That's Highland Park in the blue and the white. If you're just joining us, 10-10 the score as we go to the second quarter. Jared Shue to throw the ball inbounds. Reese Patterson had a hot hand yesterday, number 10 in white. Patterson gives inside Hodges. Hodges will be fouled. That foul by number 3, Ari Cooper.
And I think that's what Highland Park is going to continue to do. They're fouling Hodges in the paint before he can get a shot off.
And a big thing for Hodges, that 3-ball there off the mark. The rebound goes to Hodges. Big thing for Hodges is that no fouls as of yet. And that was something he struggled with yesterday. Was taken out of the ball game relatively early. Back the other way come the Giants outside. Ill-advised pass there. Fagenholz. Back the other way comes Saxons. Both teams pretty good on the defensive side of the ball.
Hodges, you see Hodges posting up down there.
He just uses that size to his advantage. He'll kick out with this, but like I said, this giant defense. Quick, you know, we saw a lot of the ball going down low, kickouts to Patterson. I'll tell you what, Billy Rudman, who's guarding Patterson, is pretty quick, and with that speed, makes up lost ground quickly. Just Hodges down low, which will result in a jump ball.
And that was a great defensive stand there from Highland Park, not allowing Hodges to take an open shot. And then, you know, you saw him kick it out. They didn't allow any open threes either. So that was good work there.
Coming out of the ball game is Jackson Bond and Jared Shue for White. And is A.J. Prowell. And DeRossi inside Opachetsky. Right hand finish is good. Patterson gives inside of Hodges. Man, we've seen a lot of that today.
No, it was a foul.
Jump ball.
Yeah, that's a good call. I thought he was going to call travel.
This one will stick with Schaumburg. That's a weird play. You thought foul? I was thinking you maybe getting travel.
I thought I didn't acknowledge the fact that that could be a jump ball, but when he first blew the whistle, I thought he was going to call travel, but no way.
Patterson down low to Prowl and bounced off his foot and out of bounds. And now we go to Highland Park. Wagon holds to Opachetsky. It's Billy Rudman. Good defense from the Saxons. Back outside, Billy Rudman. Steps back, jumper on the way, left hand, no good.
You know, the quickness and the sense of urgency coming from Highland Park is outstanding right now. They're able to move the ball around quickly and look for open looks. The defense in Schaumburg was too strong there.
And this is the first game in this gym of the winner's bracket. And we showcase some pretty good matchups tonight. The foul's going to be called on Val Opachetsky, but boy, do we have some good ones coming up. Batavia and Rolling Meadows. A Rolling Meadows team that showcases the Christie brothers. Max Christie, the junior, the #1 ranked junior in the state of Illinois and number 13 in the nation. And we saw that Mustang crew take down the Conant Cougars yesterday. And, you know, people were talking about how Christie didn't have his best performance, but he was still flirting with the triple-double. Carney got shot off.
You're right about that. Well, how many assists did he have?
Yeah, I believe he had eight assists.
8 assists.
That one no good. 3-ball on the way, off the mark, rebound by Hodges.
The big fella using his body down low.
And the way they run this offense is relatively similar to York, just not as much movement as they look inside to the height and the athleticism of Chris Hodges on the finish.
You said Schaumburg similar to York?
Schaumburg's offense, if it was more of the pass and cut,
right,
is similar to York's motion.
Right, okay. I agree with that.
But the fact that a lot of it's, you can tell a lot of it's centered around Hodges.
Right.
It's going to be a blocking foul on Reese Patterson.
The only thing is, it's almost easier to guard a point guard, or no, I'm sorry, it's almost easier to guard a center than a point guard, if you can agree with that. I don't know.
I would say when you're dealing with the speed of a guy like Reese Patterson, as opposed to a guy who takes up space, because you and I both know is Hodges' fantastic block down low. You know, we can see the athleticism of a guy like Varese Patterson and the speed. So that allows you to spread out the floor. When you're dealing with a guy like Hodges in this case, that man can take up space, but does it well, and that footwork that he has allows him to really make things in the basket easy. Billy Rudman, star for the Giants yesterday.
And I like the quick cutting from Highland Park, but this seems to be a very defensive battle.
Fleischer's jumper no good.
It's been hard for each team to find open looks. It's only 12-12 here with 3 minutes left in the second quarter.
Skip past Jared Shoot. Opposite corner, no good. That rebound there of Miles Keller. A lot of ball movement from the Giants. A good defense from the Saxons. Right-hand finish. No good off the mark was Ben Schaumburg. Back the other way goes Cameron Nix. No travel called, but this will all be sticking with the Giants. 2:03 remaining in the half.
Man, you feel the breeze from above us?
We were talking about it, a little bit colder in here.
Chilly.
It's a little bit colder. We had our suit coats off by now. Not today.
Man.
It's the Giants. Someone looking to break the tie. Good look. Billy Rudman can't finish. Rebound there by Karsten Canella. Carney. Inside. Good look, but unable to finish was Canella, the one on the rebound on that one end. Dane, what do you like so far?
I love the defense from both sides. And in their way, if both teams able to stop the interior and the top and the three-point defense, like you see it's 12-12. They're able to, the Highland Park's able to stop Hodges, and Schaumburg's able to stop this quick, speedy Highland Park offense.
And you talked about, I think you and I are both a little shocked that the score is relatively lower with a minute and a half remaining in the first half. 4 fouls on the Giants, 3 on the Saxons, and 5 timeouts still left for the Saxons and 4 for the Giants. But I'll tell you what, the play of Chris Hodges here early is definitely more of a factor than it was yesterday. See, already matches his total.
Well, he's really using his size to his advantage, defense and offense.
This 3 ball on the way is good. It's Fleischer on the 3 ball.
And that's one of the first open looks that the Giants have gotten in a while.
And that'll bring us to 1 minute remaining in the first half. Now it's Storino. Storino looking inside of Hodges. Hodges' right-hand floater is good.
Hodges.
It's got a ring to it, doesn't it?
Yep.
Hodges with the finish, and 40 seconds to go. 15-14 the score.
His ability to just score inside it's phenomenal.
That finish no good. Rebounded by Patterson. 15 on the clock. Jared Shue inside. Getting it up and in. Chris Hodges.
It's his 10th of the game.
5 seconds to go. Look, Saddles behind the back. There's going to be a foul called on Varice Patterson. That will be his second, the team's fourth.
And that is a good foul. Guy next to us just said that. It's a good foul because there's 0.6 seconds left on the clock. Anyone watching this, you can't see it. There's 0.6 seconds left on the clock. And his ability to foul the guy there ends the chance of anyone making a shot.
And that will be how we conclude the first half. A score of 16-15. The Schaumburg Saxons out in front of the Highland Park Giants. We'll see you right after the next 10 minutes. Halftime of the Jack Tosh 46th Holiday Classic. We'll be right back. 10 seconds away from the start of the second half. We welcome you back to a matchup that showcases the Schaumburg Saxons and the Highland Park Giants. 16-15, the score. Schaumburg with the lead. As we resume action with Zach Fagenholz and the Giants. Fagenholz off the mark on the three, but a foul will be called on Jared Shue.
I think he grabbed him there with the box out.
And those calls are always tough ones because we don't have the same angle as the ref is. Billy Rudman misses that jumper. So those ones are always hard to give our kind of opinion on. Good little look. Three ball from the corner off the mark. No good. But a good rebound there by Hodges. And that will give him 12. Three ball looking. He'll be fouled.
Wow.
In the end, one opportunity. Now it's Nate Fleischer, and he'll go to the line and try and capitalize on the 4-point play. Fleischer knocks that one down.
And you hear the energy from the Highland Park fans. There's a lot of them in this gym.
You know, we were saying this place is going to get more and more crowded as the day goes on, as we get closer to the big games. This one being the first of those in the green and white, showcasing the winner's bracket. This three ball on the way is good. That one shot by number 22, Joseph Torino.
And the aggressiveness on offense starts.
And we say it time and time again. First couple minutes of the second half is where you control the tempo and where everything is a fresh slate. And both of these teams understanding that concept as we're going punch for punch early. F3 off the mark. Good rebound by Griswold, throwing it back in. Owachensky, three ball. Funny looking, but he got it.
Wow.
That one's good.
And I think the third quarter of these games are probably, you could argue they're the most important part of the game because it controls the rest of the game.
Storino, three ball is no good. Rebounded by, on the floor, is everybody. Saxons get it. Terosian on the ball there. And Jared Shue gets back to Terosian, not a Patterson. Shue.
And so
Poor pass intended for Storino, and that foul is going to be on Armin Terosian.
in the zone defense right now, it appears to be more like a 1-2-2 type of defense, and it's putting a 2-on-1. It's doubling up Hodges under the basket.
And we saw a lot of the offense in the first half centered around Hodges, as that three-pointer is no good. A lot of the offense was centered around Hodges. He has 12. But at the same time, he's opening up the shooting lanes for everybody else. There's a lot of players in this tournament this year that, you know, make the guys around them better.
Yeah, it's definitely a 1-2-2.
Patterson.
And there's the costly effect of the 1-2-2 zone defense. It allows, if you pass the ball around enough, it allows the open man to take an open look. Great read there from the Schaumburg offense.
I don't know if many people in the gym like that one. That'll be called on Baris Patterson, his third. Coming in for him will be Jackson Bond, but that's costly because that's a pretty good shooter out there, Dane.
Right, it's now led to the 4th foul from Schaumburg, but at the same time, that you could argue was a missed call.
Yeah, I don't know.
It took away 2 points off the board from Schaumburg, so it's costly.
And we've had a couple of those today, just some tick-tacky calls. Schaumburg, guarded by Serino. He goes right dribble drive up. No good. Little pass kick out. Oh, here comes Griswold. Hesitates. Looks around. Nothing going. Send it back out. It is going to be the Giants. Schaumburg. Down to Obachensky. Val Obachensky. Good little cut. Good little basket.
The ball movement there drew Hodges away from the basket and allowed Obachensky to take the easy layup.
Real strong play there.
It was a good read.
Inside, Hodges got that one.
And a good
in fourth we go.
And a good read from Jared Shue there with able to notice the open Hodges under the rim.
Great defense from Carnegie. Schaumburg. That'll be a travel. And checking into the game now for Griswold is going to be Ari Cooper. And both these teams well disciplined on defense. But Dane, they are confident from beyond the arc, and it's working to both of their advantages thus far. That three by Bond is good.
And the confidence in the shooting from both teams is astonishing right now.
You know, I think it's fair to say that you look at Bond, you look at Storino, you look at Carnegie. These are not terribly big guys. The and one basket by Billy Rudman.
And that'd be the 5th foul now for Schaumburg.
And that hurts.
Yeah.
That hurts. It's 5 fouls on Schaumburg, none yet on Highland Park. A chance to bring it back within 2 at the line is Billy Rudman.
And you know, Schaumburg has a 3-point lead now, but with those 5 fouls, could it lead to danger more down the road?
Agreed. And hitting that one is going to be Billy Rudman. Good hands there by Obachensky. Knocked out of bounds. Ball will stick with the Saxons. Okay, well, I think you and I have both been impressed with the play of this Saxon squad. And you know, Chris Hodges is one of those guys that, as we said, really opens everything up. But Jared Shue, the senior, has really come up big for Schaumburg as he drives there and gets that one.
And he's playing very physical too, offense and defense, making good passes all around, good ball movement. He's setting the Schaumburg team up for success.
Ari Cooper in the corner, dangerous spot. Schaumburg gives out. Setting it back up by the Giants. Guarded by Jared Shue. Obachensky to Schaumburg. Outside to Billy Rudman. Rudman guarded by Prowl inside Obachensky. Ball bouncing around. Kick out. Ari Cooper on the 3. It's a 1-point lead. And the travel there from A.J. Prowl. 1-point lead for Schaumburg. 40 seconds to go in the third quarter.
And you see, all you got to do there is take one extra dribble and go up with it.
Yeah, and it's something that really will not hurt you. Coming out of the ball game now is going to be Jared Shue, and Chris Hodges checking in is going to be Cameron Nix and Karsten Canella. Good look inside. Opachenski got that one.
And that's the price you pay when you take out Chris Hodges. Opens up the floor on defense and allows the easy bucket.
Inside, good look to Canella. Canella in trouble, taken away by Cooper. 10 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Back the other way come the Giants. Ari Cooper hesitates on the three. Fagan holds no good. Canella. That was a dart. That was a dart. This is Patrick Mahomes. So the end of the third quarter results in a 1-point lead for the Highland Park Giants. Dane, in that third quarter, I think, you know, Chris Hodges is becoming more and more of a factor as this tournament goes on.
Yeah, he really is. There at the end of the third quarter, there you saw him come out of the floor, and it right away allowed Highland Park to get a couple easy scores.
And the play of Val Opachenski of Highland Park has also caught everyone's attention in the gym. And speaking of everyone, Dane, this place is just getting more and more crowded as the day goes on.
Yeah, and that's right. We got a lot of people behind us, a lot of people we see in front of us. I mean, the Highland Park crowd, it's big. And you know, so is the Schaumburg crowd. There's a lot of people behind us rooting for Schaumburg.
And even with the commute, both teams bringing out large crowds for today's contest. The ball will be inbounded to Schaumburg by Jared Shue. Chris Hodges will come back into the ball game. Shue out to Patterson. Patterson, three ball is short. Good rebound and great chase down there from Armin Tarosian.
And the duo from Patterson and Hodges, you'll see here, leads to scores.
And it was a 1-2 punch that worked yesterday.
And along with Shue.
Corner three. Off the mark, no good. Rebound to Ben Schaumburg. Back the other way, kick out. That one short, no good. Now the rebound is Jared Shue. That one no good. Good discipline, as we said before, from both sides. Haven't seen a foul in a while from the Saxons, and a timeout will be called by the Giants. We talked about it, Dane. Strong defense is what wins this tournament. And I mean, do you like what you've seen so far from both these teams on the defensive side of the ball?
I like what I see from both teams from the defensive side, because both teams on offense are, you can see their sense of urgency has been increasing. And both teams have shown they want to score the basketball. It's just not working out so easy for them, because the opposing defense has been what's really helping each team.
And so, to show you how close the contest is down low, number 20, Chris Hodges of Schaumburg, has 14 points. Number 33 of Highland Park, Val Opachenski, has 13. So that's a close contest to keep your eyes on. And that battle down low is catching everyone's attention. And bounding is Schaumburg. traffic, a lot of movement. Zobrachensky looking for the floater over Hodges, doesn't get it.
That's a tough make, especially over Hodges.
A really tough shot, but you take your chances in a position like that. Inside to Hodges. Hodges outside. Tarosian in the corner. Now to the elbow. That shot short. Rebound by Hodges. Jared Shue. See a lot of movement, Dane.
Right. There it is. And you know what? The amount of, I was right about to say, the 1-2-2, like I said earlier too, the 1-2-2 defense, it's hard to come by. But if you get the perfect ball movement, it's easy to beat. Because when the defenders move around and kick out to the ball, eventually you'll see the open floor. And Hodges took advantage on that one.
As we wound down 5 minutes left in the ball game. We've had an exciting one so far. Good hands by Jared Shue. Knocked out of bounds and last touch by Tarosian. Ari Cooper will check out of the ball game. Coming in will be Ben Schaumburg.
And something surprising here is Highland Park has 0 fouls in the second half.
Yeah, and that just shows discipline. Now the only problem is if Schaumburg was to go on a little bit of a run here, you got a whole lot of fouls to give.
Right.
With fouls to give comes time. Outside corner, Rudman. No good.
You're right, that is true.
Good little skip past the opposite corner. Good take, unable to finish. The rebound by Hodges. And now, I'm not going to lie, Dane, that one looked a little close there on the corner. And unable to keep the ball with the Saxons was Hodges.
Trying to watch on the replay.
Fleischer, the jumper, no good. And a timeout called by Schaumburg. So, Dane, we talk about fouls to give. Now it's a 1-point game and it's been back and forth the entire time. Both teams pretty evenly matched up because you got two teams that can shoot from beyond the arc. They can get it inside. But right now, if you're Schaumburg, what can you do to try and get a little run going?
Well, if I'm Schaumburg, in this 1-2-2 defense, you're trying to get the ball inside, right? But to do that, you have to have good ball movement around the outer. The
perimeter.
Yeah, the perimeter. There, thank you. The perimeter. You have to have good ball movement around the perimeter to open up the two guys in the back by the rim to come out. They have to come out, and you have to get the ball inside. If you can't do that, you're looking for an open three.
Agreed. And what do you do? Because we have a full timeout, another 30 seconds to kill. What do you do if you're Highland Park?
Right. If you're Highland Park right now, you can't be afraid to foul Hodges down low because you don't want him to make anything. And like you said, you have fouls to give. If you start fouling and you're down late, it means time, and you're running out of time for those free throws because it comes to the point where you want them to be shooting free throws.
Agreed, and Hodges not the best free throw shooter on the floor, to say the least.
And we saw that yesterday.
We get back to it. 4 minutes left in the ball game. Looking inside is Hodges. There's a lot of Hodges calling for the ball. Good little kick out. Jared Shue hesitates. Right hand floater is strong.
And that's the cost that you pay 22 defense.
35-32.
And it's not that easy to run that type of defense. You have to be quick, you have to have a sense of urgency, and you have to want to stop the offense. These Schaumburg fans getting really into it behind us.
A lot of movement up top. Good look inside. Hodges.
Yep, waiting for the foul call.
No basket, but a foul called. Not foul will be on Billy Rudman.
And if you were Hodges there, you'd be smart to try and go up with that, whether you have the ball in your hands or not, because it'd be called a shooting foul. But that's now one foul, and a smart foul coming from the Highland Park Giants.
Now you start to wonder when the appropriate time to kill time is. Obviously, you only have a 3-point lead, but you want the best shooting opportunity you can get.
Yeah, that's right.
Inside to Karnik, and the foul there will be on Isaac Griswold. So another full timeout.
Or another good timeout. Another good foul, I said.
So we've seen the inside presence of Chris Hodges, but I don't think you or I saw much of Valo Buczynski, but he's put up a pretty good fight against Hodges today.
Right, he's got 13 points. He hasn't scored in with the speed.
Agreed. And it's something where, you know what it feels like? It feels like this, and not only with that, great defense, but Schaumburg's offense has slowed down a little bit. We saw it a few times in the first half, those quick passes and all of that, but not a whole lot going in transition. We saw a lot of Hodges yesterday driving in and kicking out. We've seen some of that, but not tons of it. But a lot of movement with the ball is Schaumburg, but it's slow, but it gives them the opportunity to work it around Hodges.
Right, they're becoming more patient, and they're allowing the 1-2-2 defense, and I'll keep saying it, from Highland Park to open up. It opens up, and it allows players all around the floor to score.
Agreed, and that's something that's been working for the Saxons, using that inside presence of Hodges to work everything outside. We resume now. 2:20 left on the clock. Good look inside to Shue. Shue goes up. Shue will finish. 5-point lead for the Saxons.
And you saw there, I believe it was number 10, Patterson, who drew the defense up and allowed underneath basket.
Good hands by Karnik. Great left hand finish. Got it to go. (39-32) the score.
And Schaumburg is excited here. And now is where you start becoming even more patient on the offensive side if you're Schaumburg. Don't do anything stupid to turn the ball over. And no dumb shots either.
Yeah, you just gotta play smart, and that's something that you gotta put a lot of emphasis on here down the stretch. So folks, a reminder, a couple great games coming up. Dane, I'm gonna ask you, what game are you most looking forward to here tonight?
I'd have to say the York St. Ignatius game, only because I'm ready to see, because we saw we saw Max Christie yesterday, and we know what that's going to be like. So I'm most excited for the York St. Ignatius game. I'm ready to see the crowd get pumped up for York. You know, second round. Shockey had a good game last night, and I'm ready to see what York can do.
And now an interesting way to look at it. If Rolling Meadows was to beat Batavia tonight, and if York was to beat Ignatius tonight, those two teams will play each other, and no doubt this place will be packed to the brim for that one. As we get set, just under 2 minutes left here. York, you can see the Lyons Township Lions coming out of the tunnel now as they get set for their matchup coming up after this one. That three ball is off the mark, no good. Rebound by Hodges. 1:20 to go, 39-32 to score. Dane, this is what we talked about. A lot of fouls to give. Good little feed inside. Hodges sends it down with a bang.
I've been waiting for that all game long.
And everyone felt that one. Great look to Hodges. And a great finish. Good hands from Patterson. And with that, we are under a minute with 54 seconds. And a 9-point advantage for the Saxons. But Dane, this is what we talked about. Is Griswold will come back into the game for Ben Schaumburg. But Dane, this is what we talked about. With fouls to give, comes time. And
right.
if you're the Giants right now, you can't afford to lose time.
And I think Schaumburg is ready to run away with this one. And there's no fouls here.
Not
surprising.
Given.
And there it is.
One. Shot will not count. That one on Opolczynski.
I mean, they need to be fouling now because they're still not into the bonus.
Yeah, I think you got to foul a lot earlier than the Giants did there.
Like we emphasized early, it's time to give, and they're running out of it. Yeah, I really don't understand why they're not fouling. There it is.
That foul again on Opolczynski on Shu. And they still have fouls to give. So the next game will be Lyons Township and St. Lawrence. That was a fun one. St. Lawrence beat St. Francis yesterday. That was a really fun game.
And I really like that St. Lawrence team. St. Francis too. I think that was, like I said earlier, that was my favorite game of the day.
And we go to the bonus. Chris Hodges to the line.
We said this earlier. You want to give the ball to Chris Hodges at all times, besides when it's time to shoot the free throw.
You think that foul there was preventing a dagger dunk?
Yeah, I think he would have thrown it down.
And so to enter the bonus is Hodges. He'll make his first.
And we didn't see him making many free throws yesterday.
No, but I'm not gonna lie. That was 10 out of 10 form.
Yeah.
So he shut us up. Let's see if he makes a second. And he got it.
And you see 22 right there. Storino. He's laughing at Hodges. No.
That'll
okay.
go over the back.
Storino's laughing at Hodges, knowing. He's kind of saying to him, Hodges, what was that, Chris? You just made both your free throws.
Something they might have to see more often is shoot it inbound. He'll go up, and this ball is going to stay with Schaumburg. But it gets interesting now. This Schaumburg team making a name for themselves, especially with the abilities of Maurice Patterson, Chris Hodges, Jared Shue, with compliments from Storino, Tarosian, Jackson Bond.
Give it to Hodges. Inside. Nope.
Just under 20 seconds to go.
And I think we forgot to mention, Chris Hodges now has 20 points.
So he hit 20 after having 6 yesterday. He got 20 now.
And it was a very valuable 6. Spread up on the floor, let other players on Schaumburg do the work.
And for the second one, Garnick hits. 45-32, by far the largest lead of the ball game. And this is one I think you and I, Dane, might have thought it would have been a little bit closer. But that's what fouls to give will do to you, and that it will conclude it. 45-32, the score is Jared Shue, and the Saxons are moving on to the next round, and down go the Giants of Highland Park. Our next game will feature Lyons Township and St. Lawrence. We'll be back in 10 minutes after this.